what honest to God pissed me off about AOC, LeBron James, the kind of whole woke movement, really.
Yeah.
It was this idea that how fucking narcissistic do you have to be?
Yeah.
How sociopathically arrogant do you have to be to be like, this system keeps all, not me, I'm great. I was able to make $1 billion because I am me, but let's get real. You're not me. So this system's screwed and the rest of you. I'm advocating for you, buddy. It's like, you were a bartender. Now you're a congresswoman.
Yep.
You are the example of how great this country is.
Yep.
You're the walking, talking example of the limitless nature of human capacity in this system.
All she could talk about is how victimhood and the lack of opportunity.
I feel like I get an aneurysm.
And the thing with Trump was like, oh, he could do it. He's just a guy that became president. It's like, well, yeah, you still got to be a quadrillionaire. And it's like, well, to be heard. Like, it wasn't the fact. There are plenty of rich people that could never get elected. Sure. They have all the money in the world. They could never get elected. Yeah. He had enough money for enough people to hear what his idea was, sure. And they liked it. 100%. That's the big part of the money aspect of becoming president. Yeah, you need money because you need the news and you need to get your vision out to a lot of people. So the money in that respect, yes, it helped Trump, but it had nothing to do with his wealth. It had to do with what his vision was for America.
A wild concept of the first time in, I don't know, 20 years, somebody saying, hey, being American is not such a bad thing. I kind of like it here. I think you guys should like it here.
Terrible. It's over.
Think about how far this kind of like culture has gone.
Yeah.
That somebody like Jordan Peterson is even popular, let alone controversial. What does Jordan Peterson say? Hey, man, clean your room, get a job, work out a little bit, don't be a complete piece of shit.
Right.
This fucking Nazi.
Take care of yourself.
What's this guy talking about?
Family, loyalty, all these, crazy talk.
Say, Donald Trump comes out and says, you know what? Maybe I'm crazy. I don't think America's so bad. I kind of like it here. This guy's nuts.
And then Make America Great Again is instantly translated to bring back slavery.
That's it.
Oh, Jim Crow, pollution. It's like, you fucking assholes. No, how about pride in the country?
Yeah.
How about, where
How about don't walk outside of your $3,000 a month studio apartment and be okay with human shit, graffiti, disease.
Human shit, literally and figuratively.
Literally.
On the street.
Literally.
Every day. Yeah.
Can't get over the smell of this place. I can't believe I used to live here.
I know.
I live by palm trees now. Why does anybody live here?
What part of Florida?
I'm in Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, okay. I was just there. Yeah.
It's the same price. My quality of life.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for the people that live here. This is such Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
Do you know how many tolls I have paid since I've been in Florida?
Oh, my God. None.
It cost me $18 to go across one river today.
You know how much I owe the Easy Pass people?
I might swim the East River the next time.
It's cheaper. And I owe the Bridge and Tunnel Easy Pass people thousands of dollars.
Anthony.
Because here's what they do. They give you a ticket. I don't have an Easy Pass in my car, but they take the pictures of your plate. No one sends you anything until the notice comes in that you're late. I've never gotten a notice on time. I swear to you, never gotten a notice that hasn't come in the orange envelope where it goes, toll, $10, late fee, $200. It's fucking mob tactics.
Yeah.
It's usury.
Yeah.
It's fucking extortion. This is a criminal enterprise.
Anthony, for you and your listeners, little homework. And no, I am not suicidal.
Good.
Not even a little bit.
Good to hear.
$18 Holland Tunnel, $18 Lincoln Tunnel, $18 Verrazano Bridge, $18 Outer Bridge, $18 I believe Goethals, and then I don't even know the ones in Queens and all that other shit. Right?
Yeah.
Have you ever been on one of these bridges where there wasn't 1,000 cars?
Amazing.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And they say that they're out of money.
Yeah, they're running out of money. They can't do road work because of the funding. And you're like,
We printed $9 trillion over the last 3 years in this country and didn't fix a pothole.
By the way, those are cars. When tractor trailers go over these bridges, the fees are per axle. It's insanity.
What trillions of dollars
Truckers
are they taking? Has this ever been audited?
Hundreds of dollars to cross that fucking bridge.
This is nuts. It's insanity. I mean, it's and then we don't.
And they
have
cry
money.
poverty.
We don't have money.
No
and
money.
Then one person, I found one article on it once, and it was back when Christie was in, and it was Christie and Cuomo. Christie was like, "Yeah, that's the Port Authority handles all that. So you got to talk to New York." And then they asked New York, and they were like, "Yeah, the Port Authority handles
that's
that.
what they do.
You got to talk to New Jersey."
That's why they do it.
That's when it ended.
They compartmentalize everything so no one's responsible. You see it all the time when that
slush fund.
fucking idiot gets up to speak for the president and they ask her a question. 99% of the time she goes, well, you'll have to ask the Pentagon about that.
First
you'll have to ask Homeland Security. You'll have to ask this one or that one. Because they never – and you know Homeland Security wouldn't take the question. Well, we would love to answer that, but we can't for national security. Yeah. So they just keep handing it off until you get disgusted or bored and you don't ask. You give up. You just give up.
They really do. They wear you down until you give up, and you're just like, yeah, sure, 50% taxes, 20% inflation. It could be worse.
And that's what they've done. You know, a lot of the tolls were sold to us under the guise of once the project is paid for, we will eliminate the tolls. And it's like, oh, okay, so how many times over have you paid for these bridges and whatnot? It's like, oh, I get it. We'll eliminate the toll booths. Yep. And then we'll put in a machine that charges you and sends you bills late. So now you owe a late fee with every single time you drive through a toll now.
Like they did in Jersey. They got rid of every other toll. And they're like, see, we got rid of every other toll.
Oh, yeah.
We tripled the prices.
And they tripled the ones they left. So they're actually making more money.
Yeah, you know, it's
Schrodinger's toll.
Schrodinger's toll.
Is it half the toll, all the toll, none the toll?
It's all paid. Whatever it is, it's paid.
Should I not pay? Dude, it is brutal when you're driving in. I can't imagine. And they do it electronically now because if you had to pull that much money out of your fucking wallet and hand it to some guy, you punch him in the fucking face.
It's the same thing with your paycheck. I said this all the time. I was like, I can fix America tomorrow. No more automatic deductions on taxes. End of every month, everybody has to write the check.
Write a
check. And all of a sudden, everybody says, the bombs are going where? To who?
Do you imagine that one?
Who? We're doing what to now? How much money? There was an accounting error for how much?
Who decided that? It's brilliant, by the way. Yeah. It's like, we're going to do income tax. Like they didn't used to have income tax, and then we have income tax. Hey, by the way, we're just going to take it right out. Because they knew there would be a fucking revolt if everyone had to. Because first of all, you're taking your money and go, oh, here's my pay. You're spending it. And then you're not going to have the money to pay the taxes. And now there's going to be people getting arrested. And then there's going to be a revolt because people go, hey, fuck you. But this way, it's the slow boil of the frog in the water.
The income tax comes, if anybody, we don't have enough time, but check out Google The Creature from Jekyll Island and how the Federal Reserve was formed.
Oh, yeah.
And
I've been watching Federal Reserve videos, documentaries and whatnot for a while.
It's unreal.
The chicanery going on in that fucking circle of fucking criminals.
It kind of is what Hamilton wanted from the beginning. It's amazing to me that Alexander Hamilton has become the founding father of the Commonwealth.
Yeah.
Nobody has done more in the history of America to impoverish the lower classes than the guy who literally wanted an aristocracy here in America. He wanted Washington to be king, for him to, and he would write
president for life.
He would literally write in the Federalist Papers, "We are the ones that sacrificed everything. Why should we ever give anything back to these peasants?" Next thing you know, he's a hero of Broadway. There's a reason he got shot in the face.
You know, the Federal Reserve, they named it that so people would think it was part of the government.
People do think it's part of the government.
They think it is. It's named the Federal Reserve.
There's
people,
because
they just named it that.
There's people that are advocating for these guys to have more power.
They don't know that it has nothing to do with the government. But it says federal. Yeah. This is federal media.
Yeah.
I'm naming this federal media now.
USA.
Oh, the government is funding you now? It's a government fund? No.
We did
I just named it federal.
We did it.
For no fuck reason, but to fool people. Like the name, when they thought up the name, it was already a deception.
It's nuts.
So to have any trust in that.
They sell us our money.
Yeah.
They sell our money to us.
Yes.
And we, the people, can't get it at the price.
Believe me,
they sell
we're
it
not buying it at a lower price than it's worth. We're always buying it at a much inflated rate than it is.
Insanity.
And then this whole thing of the fact that there's only 3% or so of actual cash. Everyone has money in numbers in computers and bank accounts. Sure. If everyone said, hey, I want my cash right now, there's only 3% of the money out there to pay people. And then everyone else would be like, sorry.
There's only 3% of the money. What percentage of the gold is there?
There's none. There's none. It's not on the gold standard. They don't give a fuck about gold. But you should with noble gold investment.
That's right. Yeah. It's to China. It's like wall to wall and like
it's
all the
insane that the whole concept of money, of the dollar, is based on nothing. Wow. It's a fucking vapor. Yeah. It's a phantom.
It's based on the availability of aircraft carriers, really.
Yeah, that's a big part of it. That's part of the assets.
Our dollar is literally backed by because we fucking said so.
Because we said so.
Because we said so.
It's the mafia.
That's it. It doesn't say "In God We Trust."
No.
It says "Fuck around and find out."
Fuck around and find out should be on every bill.
We're getting dangerously close to certain people
finding out.
Like, I think I might want to find out.
We have all the numbers you have, all the things you pay your bills with. You're just transferring these numbers from one group of numbers, your bank account or what have you, to another group of numbers, the utilities bank account, and there's no real value to it.
This is the liberal argument. This is the progressive communist argument. It's like, why wouldn't we do student loan?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't we do reparation? Like, this stuff is not real. Why are you even allowing for suffering? It's not real.
Well, the more you make, the more numbers you add into the pile of numbers, the less your numbers are worth.
Well, that's the thing. The fact of the matter is that it is real. There's tangible value. Right? There's tangible value.
Right. There's a supply and demand.
100%
goes with money, but it doesn't have an actual value.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole point, right? Like the whole idea of this inflation, like that, people were like, well, we had to do it to fight, blah, blah, blah. Well, then why do you need taxes? I mean, really, if we're being, let me take what you're saying, right? 100% of your face value. We had to print this extra money because of emergency XYZ.
Yeah.
Then why do you need the taxes? If all you can do is print money.
Print the money up.
Why do you need our money? Two.
For control.
Oh.
It's a control issue.
You want our money, but it's not enough for you because you're a gluttonous pig.
If the people aren't indebted to the government, what fucking use do we have for that? And what could they hold over our heads? We're going to take some of your money. You're going to work for us to a certain extent in your every work day. There will be a certain amount of time you spend working for us. Why? Well, if you don't, we will put you in jail.
Think about what you just said.
You're like, holy fuck, dude.
I hope your listeners really get that. Because take that over the course of a year.
Yeah.
Let's say it's 40%.
Yeah.
Right? So every day you work from 9 o'clock in the morning until 11:30, you don't make a dime.
It's not
That's for the government, baby.
That's for the government.
So you sit in an hour of traffic to go to a job that you don't want to do, and until noon you don't make $1. Then you work 4 more hours, sit in another hour of traffic, maybe kiss your wife, see your kids for 2 hours, go to sleep, and do it all over again. And if you do that over the course of the year, that means that you don't make a dime for you or your family January, February, March, April, maybe May.